everyone. I'm here for Stereo Productions. My name is Angel Moraes. I'm here to talk about the new release on Stereo Productions called To The Rythm. And it's a new take on my original production that I did in 1996. Originally when I did this record, it was actually a mistake. I was in the studio working on something else, and then I came across that big sound that's in To The Rythm, the original. And I thought it would make an amazing sound over a track, so I scrapped whatever else I was using and I made To The Rythm. Interestingly enough, that week when I made To The Rythm, Junior Vasquez had he was a resident at the Tunnel in New York City, and Junior was a big supporter of my, or still is, a big supporter of all my music. And back then he was playing all my stuff, and I did an interview that week for a magazine, and they had asked me what's my favorite club in the world, or the greatest club ever. To which I answered the Paradise Garage, because it truly was. You know, the Garage had amazing dance floor room, which is a self-contained room with the greatest sound system, crystal room, a lounge, a movie theater, a roof deck. And for the time, that was pretty innovative. It was just really amazing. And in the same breath, the guy also asked me, what other club do I think is great? To which I answered the original Sound Factory, because it truly was. But then I also said, but it wasn't as good as the Garage. So Junior got really pissed at this, and apparently that week he threw all my records out the DJ booth. So then about 2 weeks later I gave him To The Rythm, and he loved it so much and it worked for him so much that he actually felt bad about throwing all my records away, and he went out and bought all my records again. So that's a really cool story about To The Rythm. And basically, now that I've redone it again, what is this, 16 years later, it was a mistake again. I was in the studio working on something else, and it just dawned on me that the vocal of To The Rythm would work really well on this track. And I put it on, and I didn't have to change the key or anything. It worked really, really well. So I decided to do To The Rythm 2012. And luckily enough, I've given it to a few people. They really liked it. I gave it to Chus from Stereo Productions. He really loved it, so he asked me to put it out. And of course, who would say no to that? Chus and Ceballos, they've done very well for themselves. And Stereo Productions is a great label. So I give you To The Rythm 2012, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.